everybody, and welcome to our Big Brother Canada 12 postseason exit interview with Kayla. We have so much to get to with Kayla right now, but first, let me let you guys know, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you are watching these shows. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, hitting the bell, the thumbs, liking it, leaving comments below are all great ways to help support the show. As is sharing. Sharing is caring, so tell a friend, tell a family member, you're our best little marketers out there. We appreciate it so much. I think you guys remember and are aware, but tweet us your questions using hashtag WireOurLive. Leave them for us on our Instagram post, even below these videos if you want, if you know who the next house guest is. Leave the questions. We take them from all of you. I think you also know that we have to submit them ahead of time, so if it feels like, why are we not asking a follow-up? It's because the questions have to be submitted well before we ever do the interview, and we can't stray from them. Of course, you can see all of our previous seasons of since Big Brother 1 over on our website, as well as all of our archived content over there for Amazing Race, Bravo shows, and more at yourrealityrecaps.com. And if you want to see all of our current stuff, it is on YouTube. It's also over on our Discord. That is where our community is. We watch the East Coast airings of Big Brother Canada there. We watch the dailies there. We watch other shows. We binge movies. We do all of it there. We talk when we watch the live feeds during Big Brother. I mean, so much is happening over there. Birthdays, recipes, game nights, everything. Check out our Discord. And if you haven't had enough of me and aren't sick of me yet, I am live every single day around 4 p.m. Eastern over on YouNow. We're doing cooking shows, we're hanging out, we're talking live feeds. I'm usually live for like 8 to 10 hours a day. We do Twitch after that at night, play games with fans, Among Us, Jackbox Party, Fortnite, all of those fun things. So if you need a place, a family, a community, come check out all of our other content. We would love to see you all there. But without further ado, sadly, with sadness in my heart, I have to say, hello, Kayla. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm a lot better than I was yesterday, 2 days ago, but I'm doing a lot better now.
All right, so let's jump right in with that house meeting. Why did you not expose the Hot Chocolate Alliance when they were the ones throwing you under the bus?
Because I felt like if there was any way that I could have come back from that, it would have had to been the 3 votes of Lexus, Anthony, and Spicy. I knew that, especially with me and entertaining a backdoor Bailey plan, there was no coming back from that, respectfully so. And I think Todd would have really done whatever Bailey wanted to do. So I just knew that I didn't have their votes, especially because I knew I was going to be upfront with that in terms of me coming clean about wanting to backdoor her. But I think that if there's any chance of me staying in the game, had I exposed Hot Chocolate, they would have had no reason to keep me in the game.
So did you ever consider exposing that alliance to save your game, or no?
No, because in my head, I'm like, I have this goal, I have this dream of seeing the 5 of us in final 5 and 2 of us in final 2. But if that doesn't include me, I still think that the job can be done. And I hope that they get that done.
Looking back, is there anything that you wish you would have done differently in the house meeting?
I think that I should have had more private conversations before everybody was in the room together, because I think everybody was in the heat of the moment, including myself, and it was very easy to argue back and forth with people, whereas when I did have one-on-one conversations afterwards, it was a lot more, I was able to understand more of where they were coming from and vice versa. So I think that the fact that we were all sitting there together, I think a lot of emotions were high, and I think I do regret not talking to people privately first.
Why didn't you all target Anthony and Spicy like you planned to do on night 1?
I think because there had been an inkling that I think we had heard their name. Like we had heard when we were getting ready for the competition, we had heard Spicy's voice, and we at that point we were like, okay, all stars are happening. Something is happening. And in that moment, right before the comp, we were like, okay, we all got to stick together. This is before they walked in the room and before I even was able to have a conversation with them. Honestly, that you know, the top 12, it never really kicked off. I didn't really think it was going to kick off, especially after seeing Spicy. I didn't watch Anthony's season, but seeing Spicy walk in, I was like, oh, well, I would like to work with her. So bye.
Okay, you were unable to make a casting choice during the movie night massacre. What was going through your mind while others were picking their roles? Or picking the roles?
I was immediately nervous when Anthony and Spicy walked into the room because after, I didn't really know where I stood with Todd and Tola, but at least I knew that I would be protected by Spicy and Anthony, knowing that I couldn't go in the room and have a say for myself. So the both of them reassured me right before that, we got you, don't worry about it. But then when they walked out of the room and neither one of them could make eye contact with me, I was like, oh snap, something's already happened where they weren't able to put me in a good position in the game. So I started to worry, and then I started to backtrack as to who went in the room before them, and it was Todd and Tola, and that's what happened.
If you could have switched any cast position, which ones would you have switched besides yourself, obviously?
I would have switched Avery and Goose or Todd and Tola. One of the three that weren't in hot chocolate and that weren't. I didn't want to also put Bailey in. Well, she was safe anyways, but I wouldn't have put her in a position because I wasn't ready to get rid of her at that point. But I would have taken Avery off and at least put myself in a better position so that had I not won, at least it wasn't two members of hot chocolate or it wasn't Bailey.
What is your criteria that you're looking for in a winner? Like specifically, what will it take to get your vote?
In that Q&A at the end, I think is going to really be a big tell for me. I want to see if the question that I ask as well as the rest of the jury asks, does that coincide with the game you were actually playing while you were in there? Or are you just telling us what we want to hear? I want to see how honest your answer is, not in terms of the game you were playing and spilling all your secrets, especially when it's that last little moment that you have a game. But I want to see if you're kind of BSing me or if you're actually telling me an answer that makes sense. And yeah, okay, it's going to step on some people's toes, but in my mind, you're going to tell me something that makes me be like, okay, you know what, you deserve to win. That's actually coincides with how you were in the house.
Who would you have targeted if you stayed in one HOH this week?
Had I stayed and Tola left, I definitely would have gone after. My target would have been Todd. I would have also considered putting Bailey up beside him, just so that even if I had put Todd and one of us up on the block, had Bailey competed and won in the POV and took Todd off, and the both of them would have been safe. So I probably would have put them both up beside each other so that even if one of them did win, they couldn't take each other off the block.
Okay. Who do you feel is your closest ally in the game, or was your closest?
I think it honestly was a tie between Spicy and Avery. I think those two were equally my people in there, which is I think why this hurts. I feel probably the most betrayed by them because they were I don't know how quick, but they were quick to assume that what they were being told was the truth, and they didn't have a conversation with me about it. So I think that's why it hurt so bad, because they were the two closest people to me in the house.
And is that who you would have wanted to sit next to if you made it to final two?
Yes, I think I would have had a better chance against Avery rather than Spicy. I think Spicy just played a really, really, really strong social game. And I think that might have had an influence on people's votes. But I think I developed better relationships with other people in the house than Avery had.
Okay. Is there anything that you want people to know about your game that they might not know?
I I think that I don't know if I came off too strong playing the game. I think I just want people to really understand that I was loyal to the soil with the people that I was working with. And whether or not it ended up being hot chocolate, which I wanted, but if it ended up being the girls' alliance and if we kept Bailey over Anthony, I would have been just as okay with that because the goal still remains the same of wanting a female winner. If it was a woman of color, that's even better. But I would have been just as okay if we played the game out with Bailey instead.
Okay. Where do you want people to follow you on social media, Kayla?
I would love people to follow me on Instagram. I think that's where I'm gonna be the most active. So feel free to follow me if that's what you'd like.
Tell them what your name is there.
My name is Kay period Clennon. Kay Clennon.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking time out to speak with us today, Kayla. We can't wait to see you back in the real world.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Eric. Bye.
Well, that about wraps up our interview with Kayla. Again, don't forget, make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you watch these shows. It is a great way to help support commenting, telling a friend, telling a family member, making sure that you're hitting bells, liking, subscribing, hearting, all of those things. Such a great way to help support the shows. Check out our website, yourrealityrecaps.com, if you want the archive of any of our previous content and shows. And of course, our Discord is where all of the magic happens. It's where we watch the East Coast airings of these shows, the, live feed, dailies there. We binge movies, TV shows, you guys know, recipes, all of it over there. And I am live every single day over on YouNow around 4 p.m. Eastern, doing our cooking shows, hanging out with you, watching things like Big Brother there as well with you. So much more. Check it out. It's like Eric live feeds, and we usually go to Twitch after that. So I'm live 8 to 10-ish hours every single day if you are bored or want a community and a family to come have fun and be a part of. We will see you guys all on the next show. Bye for now, everybody. I'll be live soon. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends. Bye, guys.